Sniper Viper 21, I guess you could say, from CF Computer Forums. This is my computer. Spent probably the past year or so putting parts in it, putting it together, and all that happy stuff. Most recent thing has been my cold cathodes right here. Kind of got some crap from some friends having the wires run all the way through the back of that stupid little panel thing to control it from the switch, so I went to Walmart and I bought a nice nifty little rocker switch for like in your dashboard in your car. And then I got the multi light on DVD player, DVD burner, CD player, whatever, and then I got the regular light on Blu-ray player on here. I've yet to get the right software to play 5.1 surround sound through it because it gets like weird and crackly and stuff. But this is my side panel. I need to get a nice little fan cover off X oxide or something eventually here if I get around to it. Nice little cable protection. And internals, I guess you could say, this is a 550 watt Roswell power supply. Gets the job done, lights up blue. Intake, exhaust out the back, which is nice. I have a thing for having the most fans in people's computer cases, I guess. I don't know. I guess this is a good head start. This would be my XFX HD 4850 ATI video card. Runs pretty much every game on my flat screen TV there, or my other monitor back there. Runs every game max, except for of course like, you know, Crisis. It runs it pretty good on like gamer settings, I guess it's called, like 25 or 35 frames per second, which is plenty fine for me. I tried overclocking it, but I don't think it overclocks too well. I think I need a better program for that. And then there is my motherboard, which is the Asus M4 A78 Pro. It only has one PCI Express slot on it, which I personally would rather have one big powerful video card instead of two smaller crappy ones. Like, what the hell are you paying for? If you're gonna buy two crappy ones, save up and buy a good one. It overclocks okay with my Phenom 2 940 Black Edition processor here. I got up to about 3.8 gigahertz so far, but to get to about 4, I'm thinking better motherboard to keep it stable. Anything higher than that. I have the AeroCool Extreme 3000 fan in there. It does like 90 CFMs. I have it right to the motherboard right here, so it can't really be changed right now. It pretty much says constant 90 CFMs, which I don't know, I don't mind. Sounds like a jet engine though sometimes. And then I have another Antec fan right here, blowing air directly in the CPU from the front. This is the original Cooler Master fan from my V8 heatsink inside there, but I'm probably gonna change that out tonight. Try and put my AeroCool 3000 fan up front with the hubcap. See how that works. See if it's gonna fit in there behind the mesh bezel there. Hopefully it will. Hopefully I can figure it out. My nice cable management, which personally I think looks like crap. I wish I could do better, but can't only do with what you got, I guess. Then this is my 640 gigabyte. There's a Western Digital 640 gigabyte AAKS. I know that. All my cathodes up at the top here. My nice big old fan up top. That thing sucks the air out of this thing like a freaking air conditioner almost. To overclock this thing and run Prime 95, it actually heats up my living room, kinda. This is my OCZ 1066 DDR2 memory, which I think it looks pretty fancy. Looks kind of reminds me of black and gold, kind of like the Steelers, I like the gold plate to it. If I can do this one-handed, I don't know. There we go, talent right there. I like how it looks. It's pretty spiffy. Nice heatsink to be put on there. But that's pretty much my computer, I guess. I won't even show you the back behind the motherboard because it's freaking crammed with wires. You have a heart attack if you have a thing against cable management. But it's probably going to be a 3-part here. So let's see if I can't get that Extreme Edition 3000 fan up front in the center there. Switch them around a little bit. Stuff everywhere, so I apologize. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I need to take the front cage. I'm going to try and put this fan in the front cage like that. And it looks like it'll clear the little mesh in the front there. And actually I think it looks kind of cool. I just need to get a couple more of these fans for the other two. But, as I'm sure you can tell from the pictures, I kind of took the liberty and took apart my V8 here. That's the fan that was originally in there, the Aerotech. Aerocool 3000 fan, this thing. That was actually in my heatsink. And I'm going to put this other variable speed, three-speed variable Antec LED blue fan in my heatsink and see how that works. It's really not that hard, really. Just gotta pay attention to how you put this thing together. If you don't put together right the first time, you're really gonna have a hard time varying your heatsink speed there. This pretty much just clips on, I guess you could say. Don't be afraid to push hard whenever you work on this thing. So this is going to be the variable speed controller right there, low, medium, and high. It's going to stick out the top, and I'm going to try and tape it across the top of the heatsink like this. You really won't be able to see it, but it'll get the job done. Got my trusty electrical tape here too, just in case. Okay, well, let's see if I can do this so that everybody else that has a 1200 can see how to work on with the V8 if they don't have one and they're interested. I know a few people would like the V8 but haven't gotten around to getting it yet, if they will or not. I'm going to try put in like this so that I can hook this right into the motherboard header on the left side of my heatsink and wrap around the top part above the chipset heatsink right here. Sorry I'm slurring my words, I'm not drunk, I swear. I know it's New Year's Day 2010, but it's just like 2 in the morning. I'm kind of tired. I've been up since like 6 in the morning the day before at work and everything. So that looks pretty good. Actually fits pretty well in there. Now we'll stay there. Oops. Let's see, where's the these old black screws come with the V8 heatsink and they get screwed on the back. The regular Phillips screwdriver. It goes through a little clip in the back of the heatsink and it screws right into the corner of your fan. It's where you be careful so you don't want your fan power cord here to get caught inside the fan and screw into your heatsink and then turn the computer on and have fan blades shooting all over inside your heatsink so the freaking wire got caught in it, which isn't too fun. And you gotta be pretty handy here to do this. And of course, if you have a 1200, you've realized that there's like 400 of these little freaking thumb screws holding in all your hard drive bays. It's ridiculous. I only put them this side, and I leave the other side out. It's sturdy enough for half of them. And then you replace all your fillers. It takes like half an hour to take all the freaking thumb screws out to put them all in. Much easier. Gotta love Canada. Okay, so mounting the turbine in the housing for the front of the hard drive cage. Now whenever you do this, one thing you gotta watch is whenever you put the fan in the cage itself, and you put these screws in that come with the original fan, these ones, when you put them in there, you gotta make sure that if you do put them in there, that they line up right, and you can't really see it. There's little plastic holes that they dig into, kind of like self-tapping, I guess you could say. Just gotta be careful if you screw them in, especially if you do it multiple times. But you don't over torque it and rip the threads right out of the plastics. It's not like you're screwing in the wood or anything. They're kind of fragile. If you can get them to screw in. There's 4 of them, and I only usually put 2 screws in per fan. It's usually plenty. Nothing to really stress over. If you do it, make sure you do it right. You get one chance of doing it, so you over torque it. Even if it does move around a little bit inside there, like that's like a wiggle, minor wiggle, if that, it's perfectly fine. Make sure you pay attention. If you put this thing back on this, you pay attention, because on here, the little arrow that says front and this says up, so obviously it goes like this in the case, and this gets mounted on there. There's little grooves, I guess you could call it, that go on the side there that hold the wire from the fan, and this pretty much just snaps into the mount. Be careful not to pinch your wire. Learned that the hard way a couple times. Kind of a pain though, especially if it's only like the first or second time you've done it. There we go. And don't worry about not bending the front bezel covers. And this pretty much just goes right on, clips on. Make sure you put it on right, like I almost didn't. So watch the little tensiometers that's normally on. You make sure you don't break that either if you're putting it on. Doesn't really serve a purpose now with this fan, since it's going to eventually be plugged into a fan controller if I get around to buying one. But that's sometime down the road. I'll probably get a fan controller at the same time I buy the other fans, so I can have all my front fans, including my CPU fan and the heatsink connected to it too, so I can vary the speed of them all, which is very helpful whenever you overclock. Some people say the same temperatures in a big case like this with the fans, all the fans on low, and the same as you do when you put all the fans on high. But I'd rather overclock all my fans on high no matter what. It limits the chance of having like an overheating problem inside your case. But that's kind of like an personal thing, I guess. Yeah, these are the little clips that hold your wire in place right there. Okay, be careful. You bend them in far enough that they don't hit the case and you put it in, and not too far and they snap off. Would not be good. Yeah, there's my fan in there, which I think looks pretty sweet. When you do put these in there, sometimes these things have a chance of being picky how they want to go in. I always have to put my top one in first before I put any other ones in, because it has a tendency to catch on the very top for some stupid reason. And slide that one in. Let's see what it looks like. Can't really see it too well, but whenever I turn the computer on here in a few minutes, you'll be able to tell. Looks pretty nifty. Yeah, that's that screwed up pile of wires I have to hide behind the back panel. Well, as soon as I hook this all up and put it back together, I'll take a picture and you'll see what it looks like. Just hope you're not taking this to a lot of land parties. It's not exactly a good thing to be carrying around if you're a small kid or a small person. This thing probably almost weighs as much as you do. So that's that. Now, hopefully I can get this to turn on and actually look good on camera. I also have an SPDIF out in the back, if you can see it. I had to unplug it to pull the computer out to show on the camera though, so there won't be any sound. My sound is through this right here. 5.1 surround sound by RCA. Has a DVD player built in. Optical in from the computer, and it's like surround sound right here on the sides and out the back and all that happy stuff. It sounds pretty good with Blu-ray. I'm not gonna complain. It was only $60 at Walmart. So my Aerocool fan, pretty cool. You can also turn the lights on and off on this fan on top, like this. Maybe, if I can find the button. There's too many switches. It's hard to get with your fingernail too. See? Turn the fan light on top if you want. Looks pretty nice on the inside with everything lit up. It's not over the top. That would be my Cooler Master fan in there. All the fans up front, you can control their speed. Turn everything up all the way. Almost sounds like a air conditioner with everything turned up. But that's what you get if you're going to be overclocking. So you can hear it. I have no complaints about this computer. If my CCFL's on. And I have my 37-inch Vizio 1080p TV hooked up as the main monitor. My nice wireless keyboard. And my 22-inch is the secondary monitor. I've had some pretty good times killing some noobs online with this, just because I can't turn the graphics up all the way, and it's kind of funny because then they can't do snipering shots too well. But that would be my computer.